What's up? It's Aces. I'm in a car today because my work schedule this week is not really conducive to riding my bike. But I wanted to let you guys know I finally figured out that death wobble problem. You know, the one I talked about in this video from like a year ago? Yeah, figured it out. And honestly, I never would have guessed this was the problem. You know, because I was racking my brain trying to figure out what it was. Like, went through, replaced the front tire, I did solid riser bushings. Every time I would jack up the bike and do like the little shimmy test for neck bearings, nothing would ever catch. And it just flopped over. And honestly, if I had not modded the bike as extensively as I have up until this point, I never would have guessed. So I bought my 2008 Honda Shadow Aero 750 about 3 years ago. And the more I looked at it and the more I tinkered with it, the longer I had it, I realized this bike was ran on a budget. 100% on a budget. And trust me, I firmly believe in the whole, if it's not broke, don't fix it kind of thing. But if you're gonna do a job and do a repair, at least do it right. Because the issue, what was causing my death wobble, is my fork oil. Yep, fork oil. And the only reason I figured it out is because I recently purchased a bolt-on chopper kit from Chopper Supply LLC, and I did the install myself, and part of that kit includes 8-inch over fork tubes. So basically I had to take the whole thing apart and rebuild the forks anyway, you know, to install this kit. And what I noticed is the right fork tube, it was like a real dark burgundy fluid. It looked like automatic transmission fluid is what it looked like, which I've heard some people will run in their forks. I think it's, I don't know if it's like stiffer or what. That's what was in the right fork. Left fork, completely different story. The fluid, it was really viscous, you know, so it was really thin. And have you ever seen like swamp mud? I mean, this stuff was like gray. And that's the only thing I compare, that's the only thing like in my mind I can compare it to is like a real swampy, like real stank mud, it's just nasty. And as soon as I saw that, no freaking wonder my front's been shimmy shaking. Because essentially what was going on is each fork had a different spring rate, which is not very good. It's not something you want. So best I can figure is at some point down the line, the right fork seal blew and somebody only redid the right fork. Now, I don't think it was the guy I got the bike from, because from what he told me, he had taken the bike in on a trade. A buddy of his had owed him some money or something, so they signed the bike over to him in the meantime until he paid him back. Well, he never paid him back. This guy was moving, and he just needed to get rid of the bike. I mean, out of the couple dozen people that came and looked at it, I think he said I was the only one who actually brought cash. And I'm trying to remember because it's been like 3 years. I think he had it listed for like $3,600, and then within like 2 days, he went down to like 32 or 33. So I just sent him a message on Facebook Marketplace and was like, hey man, I got $2,800. Here's my phone number. I got cash. I can pick it up tomorrow because I was working out of town. 30 minutes later, he called me. We talked on the phone for an hour, and the next day I had me a bike, man. It worked out for me. So I don't think it was him. But also, you know, it's current year and we're talking to 2008. So there's no telling how many owners this thing even actually had. I never would have thought the fork oil wouldn't be the same. I mean, why would you do that? Unless the exact scenario I just described. But either way, with the chopper kit installed, I did the proper fluid measurements, brand new fluid, brand new seals, everything. I haven't gone on like a legit ride on it yet, but I've taken it around the block. Oh my God, it's so much better than it was, man. Because for the longest time, it's like it was hard for me to recommend the 750 for the highway. It's not that it can't do it. I mean, 70, 75 miles per hour, you're going to be turning like 4,200 RPM. Red line's like 6,200. You got plenty of space. But mine never felt comfortable, which is why I didn't do it. And I think a lot of it had to do with the freaking, obviously, is the forks. So I keep thinking the only reason I found this out is because I did the chopper kit. Otherwise, I wouldn't have had it. Unless the seals blew, I'd have no reason to touch the forks. But I keep thinking the only reason I did the chopper kit is because when I bobbed it out and then did the TJ Brutal fork extensions, I didn't like the rake and I wanted to extend it out a little bit. I wanted to extend the front without having such a drastic rate, the rake being so drastic. You guys know what I mean. And the funny thing is, though, if I didn't put the fork extensions in, I wouldn't have bobbed it out. And if I didn't bob it out, I wouldn't have done the chopper kit. So if I didn't mod the bike in the order that I had, I would have never solved this problem. So I guess it's just interesting how things work out sometimes. So either way, I'm just glad it got sorted out. If you guys are having the same problem, hopefully maybe that gives you a direction to go in. I wouldn't start there. Obviously, I'd start with the normal things like tire pressure, check your tires, wheel bearings, maybe your riser bushings, all the usual basic stuff that I went through and couldn't figure it out. But regardless, I'm just glad it's solved and I got a more comfy ride. And actually the funny thing is, if I didn't have the shimmy shake and I didn't bob it out, I probably wouldn't have bought a second motorcycle. So this is just kind of like a one-off. I just wanted to talk to you guys about it, and I didn't get the chance to be on the bike this week. Mainly, I just want to let you know that I got that fixed because I'm really excited I did. And I'm actually really happy that I installed the kit myself. I mean, that was the main thing. I was trying to get a shop lined up to do it, and I'm really glad I didn't because I learned a few things, and I also probably saved myself hundreds of dollars of labor. So if you guys want to check out the original video where I talked about the shimmy death wobble, you can check out this video right here. And I'll be back on the bike real soon, guys. Y'all be good. See ya.